Okay, hi guys. So basically, we are gonna get into something new today, and I would like to share my first, I would say, spiritual or supernatural experience with you guys. First of all, I actually, since we're kind of getting into this real thing, I will tell you guys my real name. My first name is Paula. I go by Silona Brain on YouTube. I actually created this YouTube page in 2012 when I was sick, right after I got diagnosed with tuberculosis. And actually, when I was posting my dance videos, I was going through a treatment. And this is kind of like a way to get into what I've always wanted to do, which is dance. I've always loved dance. But apart from dance, I have different passions and different things that I'm interested into. Basically, so today, like I said, we're gonna talk about my first spiritual experience. So let's get into it. Um, in 2001, I was back home in Cameroon because I'm Cameroonian, Team 237. And I was living with my parents. And basically, at the time, my parents had some financial issues, and it wasn't really easy for them to kind of like, provide for extra stuff. And we as in me and my sisters, we wanted to go shopping, and we knew that okay, they would provide for food and all the necessities, but for the extra stuff, yeah, it wasn't really something that they could do. So one of my sisters basically came up with the idea that we should try to play lottery, and we should fast and pray and ask God for the numbers. At first, it sounded really crazy. I personally didn't even really believe it. For me, I was like, this girl is crazy. This is never going to happen. My background, a little bit, as far as, my faith and Christianity, when I was a kid, I went through a series of traumatic events, and those things kind of like marked me to a certain extent. And I got to a point where I was really an atheist. Like, I wasn't believing in God at all. Sorry, atheist. I wasn't believing in God at all. And to me, I was thinking, like, how can it be a God and all these things are happening in the world? It's not really possible. Therefore, when she came up with the idea, I was just looking at her like, okay. But I wasn't really trying to disappoint the both of them. And I was like, okay, you know what, let's just do it. The following day, we decided to fast. And like around 10 a.m., I was already hungry. I used to eat a lot. Like, I mean, I'm a foodie, I like food. So, I went to the kitchen and I was trying to sneak in and, just basically eat without them knowing. So as I went to the kitchen, I opened the pot, and I was holding the lid. And literally, I heard an audible voice asking me, Pao, if you wait until 6 p.m. without eating, do you think you're gonna die? And I froze, I froze and I thought, okay, scientifically, it takes about 72 hours for me to, or for my body to start tripping, So I was like, well, no. And then I heard the voice, but it was all in my, it was all kind of like in my head, literally, like my thoughts, basically. So then I heard, well, try it. If you don't try, you will never know. And again, I froze again and I was thinking, and I was like, yeah, this is actually true. In order for me to know whether this thing is real or it's not, I need to try it out. Therefore, I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out, And I made sure to close the pot slowly so that my sister wouldn't hear the noise. Because I mean, if you're African, our pots are huge, and it makes a bunch of noise. So basically, I closed back the pot and I went to the room. We knelt down and we kind of like knelt down in a triangle. We held hands and we put the ticket in the middle and we prayed. My sister went, she put the ticket, she submitted the ticket. The following day she went and to check it out and to see if we won. And we didn't only win the prize, the original prize, but we also won the bonus because the first three numbers were in order. and it's a sort of lottery that has to do with horse riding. So basically you have to bet on the horses that are going to win, and that's what we did, and we won. They were really excited, but to me it was more about the experience I had, and I was so shocked and stunned that I didn't really share this experience with them until years later. But basically, that is it. That is my experience, my first, I would say, supernatural experience. And I just decided to do this because I just want to be real. I just want to start talking about myself a little bit more. And well, if you guys have some comments and anything you want to share, you can basically leave comments down below. You can also give a thumbs up, and yeah. And if you are interested, I will basically see how this goes. And if you guys like it, and I see that this is something that I want to get into, I would definitely share more stories like this, about my life in general. So yeah, have a good day. Bye.